Hello and welcome to another training session on Zoho CRM, this time on how to create email templates for your sales staff. This can be used to increase the efficiency of the communications for your sales teams, and this time we will show you how to go into the admin side. So you click setup and you will start by the templates section here, email templates. And we're going to add an email template for the lead as a general follow-up to some kind of situation, whether you've sent a file or quotation or anything like that. We're going to create a simple follow-up email, but the concept is the same for any kind of email. So here you are shown a bunch of folders: public email templates, sales, leads, and so on. Now these can be arranged by you, new template folder, to arrange your emails in a logical manner. Okay, we're not going to show how to create template folders. It's very straightforward. This time we're just going to jump straight into the template, new template. And first of all, in Zoho CRM you have to select the record or module type that the email template is associated with. This is because the data that you pull into the email relates to that module. Okay, so for example, we are going to do it on the lead, so we click next and we'll give it a name. So we'll just call it general follow-up, and because it's related to the leads, we're going to put it in the leads folder. Okay, so obviously if you're going to create a template related to opportunities, you could put it in the sales folder and so on. This is a way of organizing your templates so that salespeople can find them easily, but it does sometimes require a bit of training on the concept of how a specific email relates to a specific module. So they have to get used to the idea of, okay, I'm going to contact a lead right now, so therefore my email template will be related to leads, and therefore it is in the leads folder. And if it's on a sales opportunity, for example, if you're going to send a quotation, then you would perhaps want to include opportunity information in that email, so then they would look in the sales folder. Okay, so in this example we're going to use the leads, so we select leads folder, and the from, you can put the current user's email, or you can have a default from, but most likely it will be the current user's email, so when they log in their email will be used. If you want the reply to be the same, just leave that blank. Subject. Okay, so follow up to whatever. Now you don't always know the situation, so you may need to put in some kind of a prompt for the salesperson to just change that small area of the subject, or to keep it very, very simple, you can just do that follow-up, and so then there can be a generic kind of follow-up. Here you would select to add the user signature. This assumes that you have set up the user signatures back up in the settings here, personal settings, signature, for each and every user in your system. Of course, if they have not done this, then and you click add user signature, then there will be no signature added, so this is important. This is very flexible because you do not need to add signatures in templates, of course, because then they won't be dynamic per user. Okay, so you can also attach attachments here if needed. For a follow-up, that's not required. Now in the email body, I would simply put in my email. It's one I've prepared earlier, and for example, dear. Now we've got the salutations, so we want to put their name there. So at the top of the email here we see some record types that we can select: user, organization, or leads. Now I'm dealing with the leads, so I want to put the lead name, so I put lead, and then I select from the field list, so I put first name, and then I copy the merge field value, I highlight it, and I can right click and do copy, and then on here I can right click and paste, and there I have dear lead first name. If I wanted to do a more formal approach, I would select the salutation field, highlight the merge field value, right click copy, put in the salutation, then I would put a space, then I would select the last name, highlight, right click, copy and paste, like that. So we can use the field values here to address the lead in whatever style is appropriate for your business. Now, of course, be careful, because this assumes that your sales teams are using the salutation field correctly and all the time. If they are not using it sometimes, then you should not put this kind of a greeting, because then it would, if there is nothing in the salutation field, of course, it would be a Dear Smith or Dear Jones. Okay, so that's obviously not appropriate. So on this occasion, to be safe, I'm just going to keep it nice and informal, and you use the first name only. Okay, and then the email body itself. So do you have any feedback on my previous email? If you have any questions or comments, please do not hesitate to contact me on. Now here I would like to put in my personal user email. So in this case, I would select user, and I would select the email field. Same concept and process. Copy it and paste it in. So when the email goes out, the recipient of the email will see my email address there. Okay, and I can do the same thing for the company name and so on by selecting organization and organization name. Now that refers to my organization, and this information, so for example I'll put would like to thank you something like that. Now this information, organization name and description and so on, this is done up here in the admin settings in the company details. Okay, so of course if you have not done that first, then you should not refer to your organizational data in any email, because it will just come out as blank. Okay, so here we have done our email. We've got a thanks. We don't need to add a signature. Make sure the spacing is correct. We don't need to add a signature because we selected to add the dynamic user signature. And finally, what I will recommend is in Zoho CRM email editor. It's fine, it's very easy to use, but I strongly recommend that after you've done your email, you simply highlight it and you make a point of telling the editor what font and what text size you would like to display the email in. Even though it looks as if it was already Verdana of size 10 text, it will sometimes get changed in various email clients, and that's something that you really cannot control. So make a point of, at the end, telling the editor, okay, I want it to be Verdana and I want it to be that text size. After you've finished that, you can preview. Okay, so that's what it looked like. Very simple, of course. No images or anything in this particular email template, and then you would save. If I did want to add an image, I would use this function here, insert image, and this would allow me to insert an image on the fly from my desktop or from a web URL. This is useful here for logos and so on that you may have on your website. There's no need to keep uploading stuff. If it's a one-off image, you can browse to your computer and select it and insert it here. We're not going to do that for this simple template. Okay, so I would save the email, and because I put it in the leads, there it is, general follow-up. Okay, now I'm going to come over to my leads. Okay, here's a lead here. And we can send the email. okay, and we select from the email template list, and we select the one that we've just done, and there it is. So when that email gets sent, it will come out, and the lead fields and dynamic fields that you see here will be populated with the information inside the CRM. And finally, that user will then be able to reply to that email, and because you're set to the current user's email address, it will simply go to their inbox. Depending on whether you have the Outlook integration module and license for Zoho CRM, if you have that, it will get integrated into Zoho CRM. If not, it will simply be in your inbox, and then it's up to you to paste in the email as an important email. And that's how to add email templates in Zoho CRM.